Michael Buckley has started doing this advice show called Dear Buck, link in the doobly-doo, and I have been inspired by him to try to dispense some of my own advice. So I asked Nerdfighters on Twitter if they had any problems. It turns out that they do, and I'm going to do advice today, and then I'm also going to do advice on Friday. With the caveat that my advice may suck. I'm scared to go to college so far away. How am I going to deal with being lonely and homesick? I'll tell you how that generally gets dealt with by college freshmen. It generally gets dealt with by binge drinking, which you will be surprised to learn I don't recommend. There's this feeling on American college campuses that the best way to achieve intimacy is to get drunk with someone and throw up on them. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned, but it seems to me that throwing up on another human being is not an act of friendship. It's kind of an act of yuck. The thing to remember about being a college freshman is that everyone is in the same boat you are. It's like alligators. They're just as afraid of you as you are of them. I think I need to cut out a subplot of my story, but it means rewriting the first half of my novel. What should I do? You should rewrite the first half of your novel. Don't complain to me about rewriting. The first draft of this book was like 62,000 words long, and I ended up cutting 55,000 of them. You're not gonna get any sympathy from me on that front, mister. All writing is rewriting. This guy who maybe likes me doesn't want our mutual friend and my ex-boyfriend to find out. What's up with that? This guy maybe likes you? Nah, I don't like the cut of this guy's jib with his maybe liking you. If you're gonna be in a romantic relationship with someone, that person shouldn't maybe like you. The fact that this boy is unwilling to taunt your friend and ex-boyfriend with his affection for you is another problem entirely. In fact, I would argue it's potentially not a problem at all. But don't bother with someone who maybe likes you. How can I get more Nerdfighter friends IRL? I'd recommend wearing your pizza shirt everywhere you go until someone's like, oh, I recognize that guy. I got a job interview today. What can I do to stand out? I would personally recommend the pizza suit, but you should bear in mind that I have never gotten a job as a result of an interview. My boyfriend says I'm too smart for him, but I really like him. Should I start acting stupid? There's only a few things in this world that turn me into a giant squid of anger, and one of them begins, my boyfriend thinks I'm too smart for him. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the Venn diagram of boys who don't like smart girls and boys you don't want to date is a circle. Grrr, I'm mad at you, boy who's dating girl who follows me on Twitter. How do I get my best friend out of denial about liking me? I think we need to consider the possibility that your best friend is not in denial, but instead just doesn't like you. Which is okay. There are going to be in your life some people who do not want to kiss you. And if you're not able to reconcile yourself to that fact, you're going to have kind of a weird, miserable life of narcissism. How do you cure the hiccups? Patience, grasshopper. Patience. When it comes to hiccups and also when it comes to everything else, I like to remind myself that every other time I thought something wasn't going to end, it ended. I can't get Justin Bieber songs out of my head. Help! Now, I'm not a physician. I'm just a guy who's wearing a cheap suit jacket, no pants, and my own face on a shirt. But when people come to me suffering from Bieber fever, I always prescribe a heavy dose of the Mountain Goats. In fact, there should be a website called the Mountain Goats Will Cure Your BieberFever.com. Wait, that website exists? God, I love the internet. Hank, Nerdfighters, please enjoy the Mountain Goats Will Cure Your BieberFever.com. There's a link in the doobly-doo. I will be dispensing more advice.